Hello, my name is Sally Blessing, and I am the founder and president of Total Blessings, Burleson's first and only domestic violence shelter and transition center. I am also a two-time survivor of domestic violence, so I have a lot of information to share with you throughout this video. I have 3 teenage children, and I've worked in the emergency room, the ambulance, and the mental health area for off and on for about 25 years. The city of Burleson is in desperate need of a domestic violence shelter. I don't think anyone will dispute that. I am working as hard as I can, doing fundraisers every month, trying to get education out to people as to why we need a domestic violence shelter. I hope this video is informative. I hope it gives very important information to you, important resources, and it will also tell you more about Total Blessings, how we were born, and what we stand for. And I hope you enjoy this video, and please feel free to share it. Please feel free to comment to your friends, and the more people that learn from this, the better off we will be. Now, the mission of Total Blessings is to serve our community, our women and children of domestic violence, by bringing them into our secure facility that will have not only a security system, but an armed security officer as well. We also treat the total person with the basics, which means food, medical services, clothing, counseling, nurturing staff, legal services, guidance with finding a job, help with finding a permanent, safe place to live, and meeting the needs through God's blessings. Thus the name, Total Blessings. We treat the total person, the mind, body, and spirit. Now, studies show that 60 to 70% of women who had access to a close shelter did not go back to the abuser. We also have a transition program where clients stay up to 2 years. Some pay money, some pay just a portion of their rent to go to pay legal bills or whatever they may have. But we make sure they are saving money as they're working hard, and we also help them with finding a place to live and so forth. Did you know that 1 in 6 women and children are being abused at this point in the Burleson area alone? That's just Burleson. And with our population being around 37,000, that means approximately 6,000 women and children. I know that's an astronomical number, and it's ridiculous, and it needs to go down. But 6,000 women and children, I'm sure everybody out there knows someone who is being abused. So 6,000 are being abused at this point, and there's nowhere for them to go. That statistic is from the National Domestic Abuse Center for Statistics. Every 9 seconds, a woman is beaten or a child dies from domestic violence approximately 11 times a day. That shouldn't have to happen in today's society, but it does, and I want to stop that. I want to slow the numbers down. I'd love to stop the numbers completely, but that's in God's hands. Like I said, if you are being abused, do not write this information down. It may be found by the abuser, and you don't want that to happen. You can always refer to this video on my website, www.totalblessings.org, or it will be on Facebook and YouTube as well at Total Blessings 1. So please do not write any of this down if you are being abused. Do not write down the name of my website if you are being abused. You can always go to Facebook and find it under Sally Blessing or Total Blessings 1. If you know somebody who's being abused, please share this information. It could help save their lives. I have had many phone calls over the last few weeks of people needing information, people thinking that we were open, and it is heartbreaking to be able to tell them, I'm sorry, we're not open yet, but here are some resources for you. So that's about all I can do at this point. I'm doing the best I can. I wish I had more support, and I know I will get that support. So I know after this video you will see what we are about and how dedicated we are at Total Blessings, and I hope you will help us out. In the meantime, let me share some very important information with you. Now, let me give you a few red flag warning signs that you need to look out for. It doesn't mean that they are necessarily an abuser. They're just warning signs. And if your partner has several of these warning signs or have shown several of these warning signs, just be on the lookout and take precautions, which will be in a few minutes. I'll tell you what you need to do. If your partner is showing extreme jealousy, especially in the first part of the relationship, meaning the first few weeks, the first few months, if they are just extremely jealous, that is a big, big hint that something is wrong and there should not be jealousy at all in a relationship. We all have jealousy at some times, but when it becomes extreme, especially in the beginning, that's something that's a red flag. The second thing is controlling behavior. If they start telling you you can't go out, or you can't go out to the store without taking the kids with you, or you can't make a phone call or talk to a certain friend, or you can't talk to a family member, or you can't even go outside for a walk, even if we get a dog park, you can't go outside to take your dog for a walk in the dog park. That's controlling behavior and should not even take place even day 1 or even day 1000 of your relationship. That's just something that's not necessary and not good for a healthy relationship. Now, I'm not a relationship expert, but I am an expert on domestic violence because I have been into domestic violence relationships, and I have spoken to hundreds of women who have also been in domestic violence relationships, and that is one of the main things you need to look out for. Another item is quick involvement. If you just met somebody a week ago and they're already pressuring you, saying, I love you, you're the person for me, you're my soulmate, and so forth, that is a red flag. Somebody who is too needy, too quick to get involved, you need to keep an eye out and watch out for that. The next one is somebody who has unrealistic expectations, meaning if you love me, you would fill in the blank. If you only loved me, you would do this for me more often. If you loved me, you wouldn't talk to your friend Betty Sue. If you loved me, you wouldn't do such and such. That's very controlling behavior as well, and it's unrealistic, and it's also a red flag. Also, when they blame others for your problems. Well, if only you wouldn't talk to Betty Sue, she wouldn't talk you into, not wanting to argue with me or whatever. When they start blaming your friends or the dog, and I know that sounds ridiculous, but they will blame the dog and they will start to abuse the dog. That's another thing I will mention in just a moment, abuse to animals. But if they start blaming others for your problems, which is actually your partner's problem, that's a big red flag. The next one is blaming others for your partner's feelings. When your partner starts saying, well, I am angry and it's all your fault. I don't know anybody who has that much control over somebody to make them feel a certain way. That would be nice if we had that kind of control, but we don't. So when they start blaming you, or let's say, for example, I am so angry that mailman was late today, or the mail lady was late today. She makes me so angry. I mean, come on. Is your partner really angry at the mail lady or mailman? No. It's something internal that your partner has to deal with. If your partner is hypersensitive, so everything you say, they take it very personally. Like if you tell them, you look nice, but maybe a different tie would go better with that suit, and they just blow up and just think you're attacking them personally. I know that's a weird example, but that happens. They just take everything personally, and if they have self-esteem and self-confidence, they will not take that personally. And if they have a controlling type personality, they will take everything you say personally as an attack against them. That will give them a reason to hit you or belittle you or abuse you in other ways, such as verbally or emotionally. Also, and this, I mentioned this early, cruelty to animals, and I hate to loop this in the same sentence, but cruelty to children. If they're going to be cruel to children, they're going to be cruel to animals. If you see that at all, you need to go. That is one red flag warning sign that is extremely important. If they're cruel to anybody, why would you want to be around them? If you just see any kind of slight bit of cruelty, you don't need to be with that person. It will only escalate, especially as your relationship grows. It will escalate, and eventually it will be cruelty to you. And I don't want to be around anybody who's cruel to my children. In fact, that's why I left my husband, who I had been married to for 9 years, because the first time and the last time he laid his hand on my son, I left immediately and filed for divorce soon thereafter, as soon as I had enough money. But I had gone to the police station looking for help, and lo and behold, it was Burleson, and there was no help. So thank God I had a friend. They paid for a hotel, and I was able to get away at least for 48 hours so I could figure out what to do. If you need to leave and there's no shelter and we're not open yet, which I pray a donation comes in, a miracle donation comes in to where we can be open and I can be there for you and be there to pick you up and so forth. If not, go to the police station, or I'll give you other resources here in just a few minutes. Another red flag warning is force in the bedroom. I don't think we need to explain that too much. If they are forceful and it's not playtime, you know what forceful is, and you know what is too much. That's a huge red flag warning. Verbal abuse, as I spoke to you earlier about, domestic violence is not just about somebody hitting somebody. It's also about verbal, emotional, and sexual abuse. So verbal abuse definitely counts as that. You also have the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Maybe around friends or relatives, he's just the sweetest, most caring person. But then when you're alone at home, it's just the opposite, and he is Mr. Hyde. Or Dr. Jekyll, whichever role he decides to play. Their moods change so quickly and easily, you just never know, and that's a huge red flag. If they have a past history of abuse, they're going to continue. And I hate to say a leopard never changes spots, because in some cases they do, but in most cases they don't, and I personally don't want to take that chance again. If they threaten you with abuse, get out, because after the threat becomes actually doing it. Get out, go to a trusted neighbor, and then go to a shelter, go to a family member, just get out. If they start breaking objects or throwing things or being volatile in the house, that's a huge warning sign, because you know what? Next, they're going to throw something at you. I can't tell you how many steak knives I've had thrown at me, or how many times my head has been slammed into the glass car door, or how many things have been broken up against the side of my head and so forth. When they start breaking things, get out. That's the time to get out. Any force used against you during an argument, you need to get out. You need to call 911. Even if there is no shelter open at the time, hopefully they will find something for you. If you call me, I will find some place for you. If you are in close proximity, and by that I mean in the Burleson or surrounding areas, I can come pick you up and take you somewhere if I find some place for you, or another shelter that can take you. I will be available to do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I am here for you, and like I said, I would not wish domestic violence upon anyone. Now, this is very important information. When you, and I'm speaking from experience on this, when you are planning your escape, let's say you're being abused, you don't know where to go, what to do, or how to do it. Here's how you plan your escape. First, if you're in danger, leave right now. Forget your Social Security card, forget all material belongings, get out. Call 911 if you have to, leave, go to a neighbor's house, then call 911, go out to your car, get away, call 911, it doesn't matter. Call 911. If there's any force whatsoever, just get out of the house. If you have to run down the block in your pajamas, get out of the house. However, If they are gone to work and you know they're not coming home till 5, 6, 7 o'clock, start gathering information. You don't have to do all this all in one day, because you can plan this to make sure everything runs smoothly. You can gather your Social Security cards for yourself and for your children. Gather everyone's birth certificates, yourself and your children. Any shot records, medical records, allergies, any kind of medical information that will be needed. Any bank account information. And that brings me to another point. You need to have your own bank account. If you have a bank account with his name on it, you need to get his name off. You do not need his permission to get his name off of the banking information. All you have to do is go to the bank and tell them you'd like to have him removed. You can do that, and that way he has you don't even have to tell him about it. You can just set up your own account, start saving money. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But take him off of your bank account. If you can, change the bills into your name. Also, if you have an address book that has the names, phone numbers, and email addresses, or any way to contact your friends or family, you need to take that with you. So put that with your important documents, because if he has a way of being able to contact anybody that you're a relative of or a friend of, he will do so looking for you, and you don't want that. Just in case somebody might know where you are, they might give in and tell him, because he may play that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and pretend like he's genuinely concerned. So take that address book with you. Also, big thing, change all of your passwords. All of your passwords on the computer, to your bank accounts, to Facebook, to every single thing you can think of. Just jot them down on another piece of paper. Change everything to something he will not guess. Make sure it's not your date of birth, or your Social Security number, or your kids' dates of birth, or anything else. Change your passwords. If you have a place to go, slowly start mailing some of your personal belongings to yourself at the new address. Tell him if he sees things being slowly disappearing, you can say you're doing spring cleaning and giving to Goodwill or whatever. Take things. I did the very same thing. For 3 months, I mailed things from the city I used to live, where I was being beaten for 4 years, to the Fort Worth apartment that I moved to. I would just slowly mail stuff week by week to myself, and the apartment manager would hold them for me, knowing that I was going to be moving in a few months. So start mailing stuff to yourself. So when you do leave, you will not have that much to take, and that's very important. If it is an emergency, however, forget everything I just said and just get out. Things can be replaced. Social Security cards can be replaced. Driver's license can be replaced. Everything can be replaced except you and your children. So get out. You also need to make sure you have your life insurance policies, any bank statements, as I mentioned earlier. Your employment history. Don't have any resumes laying around. Make sure you have all your employment history, any old paychecks, if you have any, and any personal items that may have identification or anything on them. You need to make sure you take that with you. Start stocking up on, if you have an infant, start stocking up on formula, diapers, and cash. You need to start putting away as much cash as you can, because you will need it. And keep it hidden. Put it in an envelope, hide it under the mattress, put it in a safe place where he will not look. Any kind of personal items you may need, go ahead and start stocking up on those. Collect all numbers of family and friends. You can put them in an address book, and don't put it in your purse, because first thing he's going to do is look in your purse. Keep it somewhere safe where you know he will not look. And do not trust anybody. I don't care if it's a family member or a friend. Do not trust anybody with your plans to move, because people tend to like to help, and they want to try and save your marriage. Even though they know there's abuse going on, some people still say, well, I believe you should still be married, and so forth. Don't trust anybody with your plans, because somebody somewhere will hear about it and it will get back to him, and you do not want him finding out about where you're going or your plans, or that will be a call to 911, and we're trying to avoid that. Let me talk to you now a little bit about changing the pace a little bit about Total Blessings and what it's going to take for us to open. Now, I hate to bring this into the middle of this informative domestic violence video, but it is very important because I need to open the doors to be able to help you or your friends, your mothers, your sisters, your aunts, anybody that you know that is being abused, as well as the children. For a 4-bedroom plus 6 months of help, that's startup costs, that's furnishing the 4-bedroom, that is a lot of furnishing of 4-bedroom, that is 6 months worth of bills, including your first month's deposit, your rent, first and last month's rent, excuse me, and setting up for everything, which a 4-bedroom, I would be able to help 10 to 12 people per month. If I also desperately need a van in case I have multiple victims, and I know I will have multiple victims. I've already had phone calls with women who have had several children that needed help, and I don't have a van. So I desperately need a van. It doesn't have to be new. However, if I have to purchase a new one, you're going to have to add at least $30,000 onto this figure, and I hate to do that. But if someone could help me with 6 months worth of bills, setup costs, rent, furnishings, and so forth, and the monthly bills include salaries and so forth, and I have a complete financial breakdown. If you would like to see that, I'd be glad to send that to you. If the van is not donated, then it's going to be around $60,000. If a van is donated, if the van is donated, then it's going to be around $60,000. Now, I had a building in mind that I tried to get, but I've already lost it. They were going to lease it for me for a greatly reduced price, and it would have held about 40 people per month, which would have been wonderful. But I know God has a better plan. There's something better out there, and I know one of you will see it and pass this on to your friends and let them know. But for someone to help me, now this is with a building already built with bedrooms and so forth. So for a complete setup, for first and last month's rent, for all the deposits, for all the furnishings, including all the appliances and so forth, the total is $94,685. I know, that's a lot. I'm working on it. And that amount is with a van that's already donated. If we don't have a van, then I'll have to buy one, and it's going to be in the $124 range. So if you can help out with anything, or if you know anybody who can donate a van or help out with any donations, it would be greatly appreciated. Some people call and want to know how they can help out in other ways, and we can always use non-monetary items, such as in the category of infant, toddler, and child items. We can always use diapers, diaper wipes, diaper rash cream. I personally like Desitin, but whatever is fine. Clothes, all sizes, bottles, pacifiers, formulas, sippy cups, stuffed animals, coloring books, and crayons, so they can be kept busy while mom is in counseling or job hunting or whatever she may be doing. Snacks of all kinds, because when I fix crisis bags for everyone, and if y'all have been in the hospital waiting all day long, your kiddos are going to be hungry, and you're going to be hungry. So in my crisis bags, I call them, when I first pick you up, I have an adult and I have a child. And in those, I have snacks, I have water, I have journals, I have pens, I have feminine products, toothbrush, toothpaste, stuff like that. So snacks, and also much needed is over-the-counter medications. Being that I've been in healthcare for 25 years, we will always need over-the-counter medications, and by that I mean Tylenol, and that means Tylenol infant drops, Tylenol liquid for adults who can't swallow pills, Tylenol chewables for those who can't swallow the pills or take the liquid, or Tylenol capsules. Also, ibuprofen in all forms. Benadryl in all forms. The Benadryl pills, Benadryl liquid, Benadryl chewable, and Benadryl cream. All of those are greatly needed. Non-drowsy antihistamines, any kind of cold medicines, and first aid kits. If you can just get small first aid kits, I can issue one to each person. We also need feminine products, and then some, which include feminine items, shampoo and conditioner, and we're not picky. You can get shampoo, big bottle of shampoo for $1, big bottle of conditioner for $1, or 97 cents rather. Any kind of soap, body wash or bar soap is fine. Lotion, deodorant, brushes, combs, toothbrush, toothpaste, hair products, any kind of hair products, meaning hairspray or gel or mousse or whatever, razors. We also need all clothing, any types, any sizes. Even just, I know one person who purchased just a whole bunch of different sizes of warm-up clothes. So they just go in, pick up what size they need, and they're set. Then they can do their clothes shopping later. And that's where the next item comes along, gift cards. We are desperately needing gift cards mainly to Walmart, but we can also use for other stores as well. But at Walmart, since you can get food and clothing, that would be a great benefit to us. And I can give each lady a Walmart gift card for $15, $20, $25 to get what they need. And that brings me to my next subject. Makeup is very important, and you may not think that's a necessity, but when you have bruises all over your face, or when you have lacerations or cuts on your face, you tend to have low self-esteem, and you don't want to go out in public. So a little bit of scar makeup, a little bit of foundation, a little bit of powder will cover that up and give them the self-esteem they need to want to go out and find that job, and to give them the confidence they need so greatly, because they have been beaten down for so long, and we want to provide them with self-confidence, and they can learn to build the self-confidence on their own. So if you'd like to donate makeup, you can do that. We just need all shades. There are also some miscellaneous items that we need as well, such as home drug tests, because drugs will not be allowed, alcohol will not be allowed in my facility. Pregnancy tests, we also need those as well. We need a glucometer, just one, and some Lancets. We also need a manual blood pressure monitor for the arm. We need an adult medium and then an adult large as well. Oral glucose, it comes in tablets or in a liquid. We need quite a few of those actually. We need flashlights, batteries of all sizes, every kind of cleaner you can imagine for the bathroom, for the kitchen, for the den, I mean anything at all. Any kind of paper products such as toilet paper, paper towels. We always need bottled water in case of long trips or so forth, back and forth to Cleburne. Tissue boxes. We need box fans. Some people like it colder than others. Some people can't sleep without the noise of a box fan, and I'm one of those. I have to have at least 2 fans going. Anyway, so we need box fans. Trash cans, large and small, and the number of those depends on how big of a facility we get. So we need a constant supply. If we have too many, we can also donate those to another shelter as well, or another facility. That's another reason why gift certificates are they come in handy, because I don't want somebody to purchase 25 trash cans and we only need 5. So the more gift certificates, the easier it is to control that we don't have too much of one thing and not enough of another. So that's also a good thing to have, is, like I said, the Walmart gift cards, or H-E-B gift cards, or even Target gift cards. We appreciate everything. But gift cards really help us keep control of not having way too much of something and only have one of something else. We need all kitchen supplies, from dishes, silverware, small appliances, tables, chairs. We do need an extra freezer, no matter how many, if we have a 4-bedroom house or a 3,000 square foot facility, we need at least one big, not the upright one, well, it can be an upright freezer, any kind of freezer, we're not picky. We also need tables and kitchen tables and chairs, which I believe I already mentioned. Sorry about that. We need 1 to 2 stoves, refrigerator, freezer. It doesn't have to be the expensive kind. Like I said, if you have a hand-me-down, just as long as it works and it keeps the correct temperature, that's the main thing. We don't want anybody getting food poisoning or food spoiling. We need at least 1 microwave. We'd like to have 2, but 1 will do. Lamps, we need a lot of lamps. TVs, we need we need a lot of small TVs, and then 1 big TV actually 2 big TVs, 1 for the living area and 1 for the child care areas, because somebody is going to be donating, and I can't remember who, I apologize, but somebody will be donating a lot of VCR tapes that they have for children, educational videos and so forth, and so we need a TV in there in the children's room for them to be able to watch those videos. I do need additional car seats to go in the minivan that we need, that hopefully, I pray somebody will be able to donate, because we cannot afford a van. And like I said, I will be picking up multi-victims, and I need a place for car seats and for them to sit. So my little car that's on its last leg is not going to be able to hold them. So we desperately need a larger vehicle. So please pass the word around. Anything will help. We also need 2 carriers along with the car seats, maybe the car seat carrier combination. That would help, so we can, that would help make things easier for mom as well. If you have 2 laptops you can donate, or 2 desktop computers, it doesn't matter which kind, anything will work. We need to be able to have access for the clients to write resumes, look for jobs and so forth. There will be no social media sharing, no Facebooking, MySpace, or anything else. It is strictly, 1 will be for office use and 1 will be for the clients. If you'd like to donate more, that would be great, because if we do serve 40 clients or so, we will definitely need more than 1 computer, because trying to find computer time for 40 people is going to be difficult. We also need a couple of all-in-one printers, or maybe 1 all-in-one printer, so it can fax, it can copy front and back, or do double-sided copying. It can do all of that for the office, because we need to do a lot of double-sided printing to save on printer paper. And then just a plain printer, just to be able to print out resumes and so forth for our clients. I've already mentioned about the gift cards. Let me give you the address that you can mail the gift cards to, or I can come pick them up if you have a lot of them. The address, it would be going to Total Blessings. You can put Sally Blessing, and it's Post Office Box 3154 in this Burleson, Texas 76097. So go ahead and please, like I said, we desperately need gift cards for a variety store like Walmart. You can also donate in other ways by social services. If you do auto repair, and in your spare time you would like to help, if we have a client that needs to get her car fixed so she can go to work, that would help. Car repairs are, trust me, I know car repairs are extremely expensive, and if we had somebody that could help us out and donate just a little bit of time, if our victim has a car, a lot of times they won't have cars because their spouses will not let them have vehicles, because you know what? That means they're able to get away. But our victims that are lucky enough to have a vehicle, they're going to need help maintaining their car, oil changes, and so forth. So auto mechanics, anybody who's in cosmetology or hairdressing school, that would be great if they'd like to help us out with trying to cover up scars and so forth. Some of our ladies don't even wear makeup, or they were not even allowed to wear makeup. So if somebody in cosmetology school or somebody that's just graduated would like to practice on our clients or practice cutting hair, hopefully you have a license before you do that though. We would greatly appreciate that. We also need volunteers to help with taking care of the children. Transportation. Our clients will need rides to Cleburne quite often, to Fort Worth quite often. Sometimes they may need help getting to a job if they don't have a vehicle and we don't have one for them. So I'll definitely need some transportation help. I will definitely need somebody to help with cooking meals, at least dinner. It would be great if you can maybe get a group of 10 ladies together and everybody takes a turn. Once a week, you cook one meal for however many clients we have, especially the ones that are working and they're trying. The food will be there, or if the menu will be written a week ahead of time. So if you will contact me, if you're interested in cooking a meal, I will let you know what's on the menu for the following week. And if you would like to choose one of those meals, I would be so grateful. The clients will be so grateful. So, also, if you'd like to teach a skill, if you'd like to teach a self-esteem skill, a self-esteem class, or how to write a resume, or any type of character building, anything like that, just teach a skill. Even teach them how to write in a journal, or how to use the internet. I mean, you have to know how to use the internet to be able to get a job these days. So that's exactly why we need another computer as well, so we can use one for teaching. Now on to a couple of other things for our fundraising efforts. We have 3 different levels. We have a silver, gold, and platinum level. If you are to donate anywhere from $500 to $999, you are considered the silver level, you will be able to have a sponsor ad on the top of our sponsor page, or another page that you would like on my website, which is approximately 14 pages. If you donate anywhere between $1,000 and $1,700, you are in the gold category, and you will be able to have your ad or your name at the top of not only the sponsor page, but any other page you would like for 6 months. And also, I do fundraisers every month, and I've got them scheduled through February. So as a gold member, you will also be able to have your name on our flyers and our posters as being a sponsor. So it'll say Total Blessings, for example, Mother's Day fundraiser, sponsored by, and your name. For a platinum member, it's anywhere from $1,701 to $2,500. And that's basically the same thing as a gold member. However, it lasts for 12 months. So for 12 months, you can have your name or your ad at the top of any page you would like, or 2 pages or 3 pages, and you can be listed as a sponsor at each of my fundraisers on the flyers and the information brochures and so forth. Until we are open, I have several contact information numbers for you, so this is where your pen and paper comes in handy. But like I said earlier, if you are being beaten, do not write these numbers down. Just refer to the website, to my website. Again, www.totalblessings.org. Okay, first and foremost, if you are being beaten, call 911. No ifs, ands, buts, no excuses. Call 911. Run outside, run to a neighbor, do what you have to do to get away, and then call 911. Period. We also have the Safe Haven of Tarrant County. That's in Fort Worth. And again, you need transportation to get there because our police department does not have the resources to be able to take you to these different shelters that are further away. That's another reason why we need one in Burleson. Safe Haven of Tarrant County is 1-877-701-7233. And the way to remember that number is the last 4 digits, 7233, spell out the word SAFE. So 877-701-SAFE.
The Salvation Army of Fort Worth also they have multiple listings, but I'm going to give you the phone number of the main one in Fort Worth, and they can direct you to other locations as well. That number is 817-344-1800. If you need to report child abuse or elder abuse, which goes on very frequently, it is sick and saddening to hear the abuse that takes place to all ages, but the disabled, the elderly, and the children is just sickening to me. That number is 1-800-252-5400. You can call that number 24 hours a day. And the last number I have for you is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. You can call it from anywhere around the United States. It will help you locate a shelter in your area. Their number is 1-800-799-7233, which again, like the other number, stands for SAFE. So the number again for the National Domestic Violence Hotline is 1-800-799-SAFE, 7233. You can also go to their website for all kinds of resources, information, statistics, and so forth at www.thehotline.org. You can gather up so much information. I have many ways to contact me. My main website, as I've mentioned several times, is www.totalblessings.org. You can also contact me through Facebook at www.facebook.com/totalblessings, and then the number 1. Also, my phone number, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which I call the hotline, is 682-970-8778. I also have a Twitter account if you'd like to join and be a follower, and that is Total Blessings and then the number 1, like the same thing as the Facebook, Total Blessings 1. So please find me on find me on Twitter and become a follower. That would be great, and I will follow you as well. If you need to send me an email or just would like to send me an email to ask questions or anything, that is Total Blessings, the number 1, at AOL.com. If you would like to mail something to us, I have 2 addresses. It's the same address, it's just written differently. If you would like to send something to us by mail, it is Post Office Box 3154, Burleson, Texas 76097. If you are sending a package and you cannot send it to a P.O. box, it has to be a physical address. That address is 232 Southwest Johnson Avenue, Suite 3154, Burleson, Texas 76097. I know this has been a long video, and I thank you so much for staying with me. I hope I have enlightened you and given you some education, helpful hints, and just resources that will not only possibly save your life, but save a friend of yours. I hope you can use all of this information. Until I can open my doors, I hope to be able to help you through this crisis time and the transition time by just giving you this information and these resource phone numbers. At the same time, and this is the part I hate, but unfortunately I can't help anybody until I can open my doors. So I am asking for donations or sponsors or just help with resources. I'm asking you from my heart. We need a domestic violence shelter, and we are accepting any kind of donations. I'm asking you for anything you can give, whether it's $5, $10, $100, whether it's non-monetary, whatever it may be. We need to open our doors. We desperately need a vehicle that can hold multiple victims. So please, if you know somebody that may be able to donate to us, we do have a tax ID number, so all donations are tax deductible 100%. Starting from the date of December 8th. That's when they became tax deductible. If you like my tax ID number, it is listed on my website, totalblessings.org. You can safely donate on my website. There's several places, not only on the donate page, and it's called Fundraiser, Fundrazr, but it takes you to a PayPal site. So it is completely safe. I've had several people make some small donations through that site. It is very safe. So also, if you come to my fundraisers, you can talk to me in person. Please approach me in person and ask me questions, and please donate at that time. These fundraisers are quite expensive to put on, some of them, so I'm asking for your help in coming to my fundraisers. The next one is Mother's Day, May 12th, and that's at Fresco's here in Burleson. We will be having a silent auction, live music, a special dinner menu, which will be fantastic. I love Fresco's, and I thank them for letting me use their facility. The silent auction is going to be fantastic. We have not only beauty gift certificates, but we also have gift certificates for house cleaning. They will clean your total house, Maid Pro. They will clean your total house for free. We have gift baskets, all kinds of salon gifts. We will have flowers that you can take home that night. So please invite your friends, your family, your mother, your sister, your aunt, your cousin. Anybody can come. It's not limited. You don't have to be a mom. Just come out and see what we're about. Listen to the music. Enjoy good food. Ask me any questions you would like. And I am going to end this video because I'm sure I've talked your arm off. I hope I have helped you some, as that was my goal. I hate asking for money, but again, that's the only way we're going to be able to open our doors. We are a Christian ministry. We are very honest. I'm very open with you. I will tell you any information you would like. I will be, like I said, open and honest with you. And I would love for you to comment either on Facebook or send me a message through my email address, totalblessings1@aol.com. Please pass this on to friends and family. And again, that's about all I have to say. I look forward to hearing from you. Feel free to call me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I will talk to anyone about anything. If they're in crisis, I'll help talk to them. I will find resources for them. Please refer back to my resources section if you need help with the phone numbers, if you don't live in Texas. But please share this site, or share this video rather. And thank you so much for listening. I sincerely appreciate it. And again, we are Total Blessings, and we hope to be a total blessing to you and your friend, family, or neighbor, anyone who needs our help. Thank you, and God bless.